Welcome to the NFL. Let's go! Let's go! Go!
Welcome in, everybody. Jeremy Popielarz here with you as always. We're here to talk Week 5. It is upon us. We have a game overseas, which is had some exciting moments in it. Quinshaw Judkins looking like a stud out there. But yeah, we're having some fun. It's a boring game, not high scoring yet, but I'm sure that will turn around. Although Carson Wentz going out could be a interesting dilemma to have to deal with here, as far as anybody watching their assets with that. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna talk some start sit questions. We're gonna run through some stuff and talk a little Week 5 football and get you guys all prepared here for it and get those lineups set and hopefully get those wins. So let's do that. All righty, let's get some housekeeping. Let's get this tweet out here so we can get lots of people in. Pretty simple. Go ahead, just drop the questions on either YouTube in the comments or on Twitter. There's a couple options. You can drop it on the FTN fantasy thread, which is where you're probably watching right now, or you can go ahead and obviously drop it in. I had a start sit thread running since a little earlier this morning. You can drop it in there. I'll monitor that as well. We'll drop the questions in and we'll run through them. We'll give you the most thorough answers I can, and we'll hopefully make the right decision. So let's do that. Okay. Let's All right. I know we got some comments in here already. We got Laquan stopping in. What's up, Laquan? How's it going? David, what's up? Good morning. It's a good morning, Always excited to be here for y'all. I will forewarning. Twitter is acting weird this morning. We're gonna start there. Posted something I posted 7 times. So we're gonna roll with that, just so you know. All righty. We got Goops and Mago on X. We're gonna rip this off quick. It's pretty easy for me. Chubb or Bill? I'm gonna go with Chubb here. I know the excitement is Marks, and I'm excited about Woody Marks as well. But both of them are seeing a pretty good usage share, a little bit more predictable than Bill for me. So I'm going to ride with Chubb for now. I think both could be viable. I know it's a tough matchup in Baltimore, but it's not as tough as it has been in the past. So I'm okay with it. I think that we could see Houston kind of bounce back a little bit there. David, yeah, that's a rough one. I have Jordan Addison ranked far too high in the anticipating he would be used in this matchup. Didn't see that coaching decision come out of nowhere. So, yeah, I feel your pain there, David, 100%. David's got some questions in here from earlier this morning. Need a tight end. Bauer's likely out. Does seem like that. I don't know if he's going to be out. It seems like Michael Mayer's out now. So I don't think that they're going to sit Bowers, but doesn't mean that I'm necessarily starting Bowers. I don't mind going to Strange if you really wanted to. Makes sense to me. It just feels like Bowers has been, we're hearing now that it's been an issue with the knee that happened in week 1. That's what it's felt like. Kind of feels like they're not intentionally not using him. I think they've been just intentionally limiting him. So not too excited to have Bowers out there. So I would be definitely fine with playing Strange. You're dropping, as far as that goes, probably DeMercado, I guess, or Benson. You can maybe drop Benson and hope no one picks him up between now and his IR stint. Could be the option as well. Trader abroad here, Bill or Malik Washington. This one was I'm probably gonna go Washington here. I like the allure of what could be here in Miami. Obviously, we don't know what it's going to be without Tyreek Hill in a full game script. So yeah, I'm fine rolling with Malik Washington over Bill for sure. Laquan, Rachaad White. All in on Rachaad White. I was on Rachaad White early in the offseason as well. Was a premium handcuff for me in air quotes. So, yeah. I'm cool with White. I like Dowdle as well, but Rashad White is my go-to this week right now. Yeah, David, they are trying to win football games. They can't give everything out, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm surprised nothing came out, to be honest, David, that there was any inclination that could have been a potential that we didn't get. So, Steve, good morning. Sean Tucker or Tolbert? I would go Jalen Tolbert. Seeing some rumors already that swirling amongst the winds that Rashad White's going to lead the rushing attack, which I would anticipate. I think Tucker will get involved for sure. Hard to count on a guy in a split touch backfield in a guy that was kind of RB3 not too long ago. So he's an explosive player. Like him. But I'm going to go with Jalen Tolbert. I think that passing attack, I think George Pickens is in for a good amount. But Jets secondary, although can be passed on, is one of the better ones in the league. So I could see them leaning to Tolbert as well. So I'm cool with riding Tolbert a little bit there. Laquan Myers or Higgins, pretty easy there. Jacoby Myers. T. Higgins is almost unstartable for me. Kind of a flex player this week. I can't trust the quarterback position there at all. Laquan can't do it. Just can't do it. Not that Geno Smith is much better, but a little bit better than Jake Browning at this point in time. Easy 714, pick 2, Jim Mercado, Bill Godwin, or Ladd. Said we're here with Ladd McConkey, right? Guy I was not super high on. Was still drafting him. Did not expect this complete of obliteration of his role. But with that said, I do still think that I'd probably start Ladd amongst this group as far as one of them, since we have to pick 2. And I'm probably going Krosky Moret as the other. Godwin's close. DeMercado's intriguing. It's tough to trust anybody in a backfield that we don't really know much about. Sounds like they want Michael Carter to do it. He's a very useful back. DeMercado, though, has had some success as well at the NFL level and was on the roster already. So that's also a good sign for him long term. But Eileen Ladd and Bill, I think, in that situation right there. Nico or Quentin Johnson. I'm Nico. Johnson's going to level out. Like, it's going to happen. Fun story. I think he's here as a viable flex player. But Nico Collins is the guy. Don't worry. It'll make its way around. Mon-Ra CD. I'll take a Mon-Ra. He's healthy. Same level talent, Dave. But yeah, I like a Mon-Ra. Henry or Strange this week. Trader abroad. I'm going to go Henry. I like the spot. The Bills have been pretty tough against tight ends the last few weeks, but I do lean to Hunter Henry in what should be a fairly negative-ish game script for the New England Patriots. They're going to be able to run on the Bills, but I do lean to Henry as a passing game. Probably a touchdown somewhere in there for him. Steve kind of answered this question just a minute ago for you, but I lean Tolbert to over Tucker again here in your same situation. David, if you put Benson on IR, shouldn't it open up the spot to add Strange? That would be my play if you could do that. Oh, easy. Just hit that for you if you missed it. Again, Ladd and Bill. I don't know if you can rewind on lives. I don't think you can. Bad. I'm younger, but still bad at technology, right? But Ladd and Krosky Moret are the 2 that I picked for you there. Easy 714. Maximus Italiano on X start 3 questions. Sit one of Pollard, Diggs, and Brown. That would be Pollard for me. Start Waddle, Brown, or White would be Jalen Waddle. And then start one of Henderson, Manor, and Harvey will be Henderson. I'm excited for Henderson tonight. I think that there's a chance that he finds the end zone for sure. Let's see here. Mitch on X, Byways Cooking Me and Double Flags. Troy Franklin or Dale or Darren Waller. I I get the excitement around Darren Waller. I do. Just scored 2 touchdowns in his first game with the Dolphins. Blah 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 blah. Hype. Let's paint the pretty picture. No Tyreek Hill. Either way, no. I'm holding off on Darren Waller a bit. I'm going to ease into it. That's kind of how I play the game to begin with. Sometimes it bites you. Sometimes it doesn't. Don't like to try to overreact a ton, and that's what I'm going to not do with Darren Waller. Low volume. Super efficiency as far as fantasy points go based on touchdowns scored. I'm going to go with Franklin. I'm going to continue to chase the volume. Good volume again last week for him in that passing attack. So that's where I'm going to stay is with the volume there. Tim on X Strange or Zach Ertz. That one has to be Zach Ertz 100% for me. Jaden Daniels is back. McLaurin's out. A lot of people have asked. I saw a couple people ask about McCaffrey this morning. Jalen Lane, I think, is interesting as well, that receiver position, but Ertz is really going to be the beneficiary here. Like, Jaden Daniels is going to feed him. It's going to be a good game for Ertz, Deebo Samuel, and honestly, potentially a run game is probably the route that they take there. King Legion, Pacheco or Chase Brown. I will go Chase Brown there. We got James on X. Good morning. Bye weeks they are upon us. It starts to get fun. Getting in the defense. I'm asking you to choose from. Need one wide receiver, one flex. So we got Tucker, Cup, Franklin, or Strange. Could also pick up Juju or McCaffrey, Thornton, or Downs. Okay. I don't think I have to pick anybody up. I'm probably going to go Franklin. Kind of just talked about him a little bit there. Good volume in that Denver passing attack. And then Strange is intriguing. I would probably go Tucker, though. I think it's going to be Franklin and Tucker for me there, James. I like the matchup against Indy. I think Geno can kind of bounce back a little bit. Oh, you're at Ayuk and IR right now. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put Benson in IR, drop Ayuk. You're a little weaker at running back, so maybe hold on to him. Yeah, toss Benson in the IR, drop Ayuk, add, etc. So, yeah, that would probably be my route, David. So Benson, the IR, drop Ayuk, add Strange, plug in, play, win your week. Can't guarantee the win, David, but sounds right? Sounds good. Michael Yoder on X, down pretty big after Thursday Night Football. Hate to see it, Michael. Did he play Brandon? Did he play Kendrick Bourne? I did a couple spots, but didn't in a couple spots and kicking myself now. But need to Woody Marks, Cortland Sutton, Rashad White, and Chase Brown. That one is White and Marks. Cortland Sutton, intriguing. As much as I like Franklin, again, and a couple of these early questions here, it is Philadelphia's defense, so a little bit leery to that. That has Sutton a little bit lower in my rankings. So we'll ease in with Cortland Sutton. Some of the bigger ones are a little bit of a ease in approach. Even Franklin, but he's better than certain options. So Brandon, pick 3: Flowers, Godwin, Wandell, or Jacoby. So I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. I know I've heard it already. Geno playing bad. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Volume's there. We're going to want to follow the volume because there's regression in both directions, positive and negative. Typically, you want the volume. You don't want those guys that, much like we said, Darren Waller, or even Luke McCaffrey, a guy that said a couple questions, like only had 2 or 3 targets. Yes, they've scored touchdowns. That's where the fantasy points are coming from. We don't want to chase points because they don't exist after the conclusion of Monday Night Football. So don't chase them. Chase the volume, stuff that teams are doing. Jacoby Myers is a guy that sees enough volume. Easy to start for me. Then I'm starting Flowers. Same thing. I mean, I know it's Cooper Rush. It's less exciting than Lamar, but I think Flowers could see a decent amount. I don't see Rush pushing it down the field, so it feels like Andrews and Flowers will benefit from that. So I'm going to stay with Flowers there. And then I'll go Wandell. That's probably the riskiest of the plays. See how this offense really breaks down. Feel like Darius Slayton's going to be kind of a big piece in it with Dart, who's either going to probably stretch it or run, but we'll see how that breaks down. Eberman, pick 2, Higgins, Debo, Pittman, and A.J. Brown. I'm going to go Debo and Pittman there. Good to see Carson Wentz back in the game. Ivan GB, Worthy or Jacoby would be Worthy. Josh on X, need help since AJ has been struggling. Need one wide receiver, one flex. I will go Pittman and still gonna play AJ Brown, Josh. I know he's struggling, but not playing Jameson Williams over him. James Hire, Laporta or Henry. I will go Laporta there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Large, Mick Big Huge, Christian Kirk or Michael Carter. We'll go Carter. David, DeMercado, Bill, Tutton, or Marks. That would be Marks and probably Bill, I guess. But don't love any of those, to be honest, David. Keep hearing about Rashad White getting bigger roles. Would you drop Cup? Also, Jamar Chase. What would you do with him? Hold and hope still, or actually shop him? James, I mean, you're not going to, I guess in redraft, you could potentially shop Jamar Chase. I don't know if he'll get a trade done. A little hard to sell him at his low. I'm fine dropping Cup for Brashard Smith. I do agree that bigger role will be coming for sure. That running back room is lacking explosivity right now. So I do expect something to come of that. I don't think he'll ever have a significantly huge role, but I do think he could have like the Jerick McKinnon kind of passing accessory piece type explosion. So I'm cool with that. Chase, I would shop, like you said, but I don't know what you're going to get. So I wouldn't sell them for pennies on the dollar though. Like I'd still hold out. Like it could still bounce back a little bit. So I'm not like out. Don't love him, but it's still Jamar Chase. Like there's still some talent there that I think we could see him bounce back pretty well, James. So I wouldn't go too crazy as far as like getting rid of him for nothing. But if you can shop him and somebody still believes decently in him and you can get fair value, it's going to be not first overall fair value, but it's going to be decent. So, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Again. Jordan Addison making some plays, right? Let's see here. Ooh, Mason might score that touchdown, save his fantasy managers. Jordan Mason, I wouldn't say that it's going to be the end of the world for Jordan Mason. I think that he is going to be fine. He's just an accessory piece. Like he's kind of been the early down type of runner. You're just not getting that. He's had some tough matchups, so I wouldn't get too worried about Mason. And he's always been intriguing and had his own issues, but he's never been lights out. I think that this was a perfect situation where you have a 1A, 1B, and that's what he had. Now that he's gone, it's a little bit stickier, but he might score a touchdown here. So, either way, I like Jordan Mason still. He's not somebody that you can rely on, though. It's like a legit RB1, David. Let's see here. Cam Eder, Henry, or Marks. I'm thinking that's Derrick Henry. So, yeah, Derrick Henry. And there's the Jordan Mason touchdown. Let's see here. Javier Rojas. Half PPR start to Pickens, Sutton, and Olave. So that's Pickens and Olave. John Tucker on X. Drake May or Jaden Daniels. That would be Daniels. Darren Waller, A.O. Manor, or Henderson would be Henderson. Flex in PPR, ETN, Waddle, Pittman, or Jamison Williams. I will go ETN there, Kayla. Jawan goes Ertz or Jawan Johnson. Either way. Still starting Ertz, Neil. Mike Bengenston on X, standard scoring, Goddard or Jawan Johnson. I would go Goddard. Who would you recommend playing? Bowers doesn't play. Full PPR, Strange, Fant, Schultz, Taylor. Let's see here. I would go Taylor there. Baseline Junkies on X. Start Carter or Henderson at RB2. Must win spot. I will go Henderson there for you, baseline. Michael Pang on X. Good morning. Half PPR redraft league. Which two running backs do you play? Rico Dowdle, Ken Walker, Breece Hall, and who do you play at tight end? So I would go Hall and Walker, and then I would play Goddard over Jawan Johnson. Michael. Let's see here. SUS on X, Dowdle, Scattaboo, or Pittman. That's Scattaboo for me. I like the spot for him this week. Reports Bucky Irving's got a shoulder injury now, too. That's going to sideline him 2 weeks, potentially. Intriguing. 1 PPR flex. David, I'm just going to drop that and move on. Because it's fun. Pick one. Half PPR. Wandell Diggs, Michael Carter, or Travis Hunter. I'm going to go Diggs. Revenge game, Bills, I love it, I always love those revenge game narratives. Always ride that out. Can't go too much, though. I need the Bills to win, right? Rick Wiley, full PPR, last flex, Pollard, A.O. Manor, or Coleman. I will go A.O. Manor. For you there, Rick. Tajay Spears comes back. Doesn't nuke Tony Pollard, but definitely lowers Tony Pollard's upside. Jason Anderson, Devontae Smith, or Deebo Samuel would be Deebo Samuel for me. Definitely looks like I can't spell because X is broken. Don't know what's going on here, but it's not cooperating. Ty Ross, Godwin, Dobbins, or Devontae Smith. We play 5 running backs. Okay. I will go Godwin there. Don't love Dobbins against Philadelphia's front. Don't like Devontae against Denver's front, or Denver's secondary. I guess you should rephrase that. But either way, same tomato. I'll go Godwin. Anthony, Dak, or Goff. I will go Dak Prescott. Ramondre or Charbonnet. I'm going to go Charbonnet. The Browns shooting themselves in the foot. Kevin Wheeler, Herbert, or Daniels. I will go Daniels. Space Cadet. On X, Chase Brown, Javonte. Oh, what's going on here? Chase Brown, Javonte Williams, Woody Marks, David Montgomery. Sit 1. So I would sit Chase Brown for you there, Space Cadet. Let's see. Shawnee on the mic. That's how you want that pronounced. On X, Tremble, Schultz, or Otten. Yeah, I'll throw the roll the dice with Tommy Tremble. Go Canes. We got Wan'Dale Robinson, Chris Godwin. I will go Robinson, Juwan Johnson, or Kincaid. Is Kincaid for me. Yeah, what's over David? Offensive linemen are overrated. You don't need those. Just as long as you got a body up there, right? Cade on X, Olave or McCaffrey. I'm going to go Olave. Yeah, I mean, it's concerning for the Cowboys if they're missing a ton of linemen. I'll see when the inactives come out and see where we're at there. Still think we'll be okay as far as that goes. Probably hurts Javonte Williams the most, but still would be intrigued to see how that plays out. Not ideal. Don't love it. Makes me feel a little uncertainty. Would probably knock Javonte Williams a little bit if there is that, in fact, that many inactives. But we'll have to see as we get a touch closer. Gavin, Slayton, or Franklin. I'm going to go Slayton. Slightly easier matchup. Likely equal-ish volume. Potentially more. Darius Slayton could have a huge day with no Malik Neighbors now. But Santos Frias on X. Goff or Prescott. We'll go Dak there again. Genty, Javonte Williams, or Marks. Ooh. So I'll go Ashton Genty there. Chase or Keenan Allen. You gotta play Chase. Hate to do it to you, but you gotta. Casey blows up. It's a tough one to avoid. Joseph Sly, Charbonnet, or Taysom Hill. I will go Charbonnet there. Kevin Wheeler on. What's going on here? Whoa. Dun, 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 dun. Loading. Please hold. Mason Taylor or Taysom Hill for Joseph Sly will be Taylor. Quinshawn Judkins. Okay. What do we got here? Another one. Loading. Apologies again, people. Twitter's kind of broken today. Michael Carter or RJ Harvey will be Carter. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. This thing is broken. Dun, 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 dun. I apologize, folks. This is not cooperating at all. Okay, now we're loaded. Cade, Laporta, or Kincaid? We'll go Kincaid. Ooh, David Njoku hurdling people. That's fun. Oh, my Twitter. Why do you do this to us? Ronald Jones Downs or McCaffrey? I shouldn't say Ronald. Roger. There it is. I saw R. Jones. It's Roger, I'm guessing, based on his rest of the X handle. Josh Downs or Luke McCaffrey. I will go Downs for sure there, Roger. Like the volume. The volume hasn't been ideal. But I do think that today could be a good spot. Pittman's kind of alien injury. I think if Pittman plays, he still gets a good usage, but could open up a few more extra opportunities for Josh Downs against a weaker Vegas secondary. So Luke Green, Dak, or Daniel Jones. When this loads, we're gonna go with Daniel Jones. Oh my God. Jalen Gabriel, he didn't get it. Okay. As much as you point, he didn't get it. Gosh dang it. I really could use a Quinshawn Judkins touchdown, as well as I bet many of you who are watching could as well. Luke, Daniel Jones, Rashad White, or Chase Brown. So I'm going to go Daniel Jones and Rashad White. I like the spot for White. I know Seattle's been a little bit tough as far as defensively goes for matchups, but I think he's used more heavily. I know people are talking about some Sean Tucker love, and maybe he gets in a little bit there. But I don't think that you get as much Sean Tucker as some people are anticipating. I think you still see a lot of Rashad White, and I think that Rashad White leads the way. Very good potential as an RB1 this week. It's a good offense in Tampa Bay. I know it's a tough matchup, like I said, against Seattle, but I believe in Rashad White and that Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. So, him on X, Chase Brown or Cortland Sutton. I will go Cortland Sutton. Tough matchup. Chase Brown, tough matchup against Detroit. Also a anemic offense in Cincinnati. So I'll go with Denver. A little bit more exciting offense. I'll roll that out. Flock, Goddard, or Darren Waller. Again, I talked about it a little bit earlier, not chasing the efficiency, lack of volume of Darren Waller at the moment. See what it looks like without Tyreek Hill. I will go with Goddard, who's been a pretty huge focal point in that Philadelphia passing attack this early part of the season. David, 6 points rushing, 4 points passing. Kyler Murray or Drake May? I'll go Kyler Murray. Like Drake May, they're really close to each other, but I think Murray probably a little bit better today. As much as we like Michael Carter, DeMercado, I could see them not scoring touchdowns and Kyler having some rushing touchdowns / passing touchdowns. So I'm going to go that way with Kyler. Believe in Drake May, I do, but also potential that they don't do much as well either against Buffalo this evening. Good chance there. So last random dart of the wall. James, I want to call that a dart. Get the plun though. Dart. I would. That's close. I probably would, honestly. I like Jackson Dart this week. I have them really close in rankings. Like I wouldn't hate either way. But I'll go Dart over Nix for sure. See, we're improving 3. So we're getting there, improving on the tight end positions. Or the tag, sorry, tight end just scored David Njoku, to be honest. The offensive lineman there, David. Okay. We got Patrick on X, Olave, AJ Brown, Rashad White, Tucker, Ken Walker. Need 2. So we got Olave and White. For you, Patrick. Andrew Liss on X. PPR wide receiver pick 1, please. Bateman, Deontay Thornton Jr., Ashton Doolin, Cooks, Jalen Lane. That's a tough one. I will go. I'll go Lane. It says return yards count too. So Andrew, I will go with Lane. I think Lane could see a little bit more usage, obviously with no McLaurin. I think he could be an interesting play this week. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a lock to have a bajillion points, but maybe he scores a bajillion. That'd be pretty cool, right? Who wouldn't like a bajillion fantasy points? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's look at some inactives. Nothing crazy from the Ravens. David, like you said, Booker and Guyton are out. The rest are alive and well for Dallas. Nothing surprising for Denver. The Dolphins, Jalen Wright. Interesting for us dynasty folks. Brock Bowers is out as well. David was just about to say that. Wild thing here. Michael Mayer's also out. So yeah. Jacoby Myers for about 255 targets, 100% guaranteed there. So make sure you start Jacoby Myers. Houston Texans, nothing crazily surprising. Devin Neal for the Saints. Bummer, pour one out. Nothing for the Jets. Nothing for the Eagles. Everything else looks pretty kosher. So yeah, Brock Bowers, the biggest inactive as we speak this moment. It's interesting. Oh my God. Why does this gosh dang Twitter hate me? Either there's my computer, folks. I don't know. Or internet, I guess. What is going on? Okay, folks. Okay. David, what about Trey Tucker? Yeah, I mean, I like Trey Tucker too. Going up against him, yeah, that's struggle. Yeah, I think Myers and Tucker are going to have a big day with no Brock Bowers. Hasn't been heavily involved to begin with already, so they've already seen a little bit of a bump. But I do think that Tucker and Myers, especially with Bowers officially out, huge bumps there for them. So, although you're facing them and you don't want to hear me say it, yeah, I do think that there's going to be a little bit of love there for them. A little added love. Maybe Trey Tucker will go off for like 40 again. That could be fun, right? Random things that happen on a Sunday. Oh, let's see here. T. Millspa, Kendre Miller, or Pacheco. I will go Pacheco. Kendre Miller's exciting, fun, but not there yet on him. He just got worked in a little bit in a matchup against the Bills, who allow a lot on the ground. So, yeah, I think it's exciting, fun thing to monitor as we move forward, especially with Kamara's trade rumors, but not ready to start Kendre Miller just yet. Los on X, Dowdle or BTJ. I will go Rico Dowdle there. A little bit on the slow side this morning. Dun, 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 dun. Looks like Jordan Mason just got hurt. That's not ideal. Watching is a loose term there, David. It is on, however, it is over to this side over here. I did notice he went down and he was rolling around. He didn't look like he was like wincing in pain, David. So might not be terrible. It might be just like a stinger kind of approach. We like to call things stingers. So yeah, I don't know just yet, David. I'll let you know though. Once it comes back on, I can see what they have to say if you're not watching. Oh my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. Oh, hey, what's up, OC? What's up? Like your profile pic. That's very colorful and fun. McMillan or Marks at flex. Close one for me, OC. The volume's there for Marks, I think, or McMillan. I think there's going to be a good opportunity for him against a weaker Dolphins defense. So I do like him this week. Marks is intriguing. I don't think we should expect what we saw last week from Woody Marks. I do think Chubb's involved. It really goes based on the game script here and how good Cooper Rush can move the football down the field. Because if he can't, there's a good chance that the Texans can win this game, and we may see more Chubb kind of grinding the clock. But I probably lean to McMillan just a little bit. I think the upside's a little higher. I think he does potentially find the end zone this week. So I would probably go with McMillan there, OC. Oscar, who to start at flex, Chase, Pickens, Olave, or MH, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Marion, Brees, Scadaboo, Woody Marks. I like 3 running backs here. Oscar. I'm guessing that's an emoji, Oscar. How many do you need to start? So you said at who do you start a flex? I mean, if I had to pick one of these players, Oscar, it would be Pickens. So I don't know if you use an emoji for some reason. I don't know. I think emojis typically are these backslashes. And I don't. Let me please hold. Let me see if I can pull the question up on the interweb. Nothing there. Oh, what about here? Oscar, where's your question? Yeah, Oscar, can you tell me how many you need? Because that could be a lot of different answers there. But yeah, if I had to pick one, I'm probably still starting Jamar Chase. But yeah, please elaborate. I don't know if those were emojis or not that explain how many you needed. But yeah, I'm probably starting Jamar Chase if it's one. Lee Gase, GNG, Mason Taylor, or Brenton Strange, or Schultz. Between Strange and Taylor here for me, I do lean to Mason Taylor. I think that was getting more involved. They mentioned they want to get him more involved. Dallas defense, the love for Justin Fields and tight ends continues again too. So hopefully he continues to see more volume. I like Brenton Strange, but I lean to Taylor a little bit there for you. McGriff on X, Tucker or Carter, standard scoring. I will go Carter. Believe a little bit more in his role than what we have for Sean Tucker. So I will go there for you. Anton on X as well. What do you think I should start today? AJ Brown or Woody Marks? Yeah, I'm sticking with AJ Brown. I know it's been rough. Oh, was it like the Sampersand and Oscar? Is that why? I don't know. It's weird that it shows up as like what is that? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. I get you. See, it must be the Sampersand. Okay. So thank you, Oscar, for clarifying. I don't know why it's doing this weird /U0026. And Kelsey, I'll get to your question in a second. Don't leave us yet. Okay. So you need 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Okay. So we got 5 people we're picking from this lineup. Okay. Makes more sense now, Oscar. Thank you for the clarification. So Pickens is in for sure. Chase is in for sure. Those are my 2 wide receivers in theory. I would be playing Omarion Hampton and Breece Hall as my 2 running backs. And then I am probably starting Scattaboo as my flex. So much like you said, 3 running backs. I'd probably go Omarion, Breece, and Scattaboo, Chase and Pickens. I like Olave and Marvin Harrison as well. A lot of these guys are very good, strong starts. So I wouldn't fight you over some of them. Chase is probably the most polarizing of like, he's not Jamar Chase of what we love and have known to grow. Pickens feels like a smash start this week. I'm as top 12 guy, so I'm definitely starting Pickens no matter what. Hampton as well, Breece as well, and Scattaboo as well. So yeah, if anything, maybe you get, fancy and try to start Olave or Marvin Harrison over Chase, but I probably wouldn't, because if Chase goes for like 900 on my bench, I'd be pissed. Oscar, it's okay. It's not your bad. It's technology. Like, why don't they just give you Sanan single? What is this / U0026? Like, I mean, come on. It's not like it was that's why I thought it was an emoji. Like the and symbol causes that. Come on. It's not your fault, Oscar. Blame technology. Can't fight back. No. Either way, Oscar, that's your lineup there for you. Pickens, Chase, Breece, Omarion, and Scattaboo in the flex. All right, Kelsey. Thank you for patiently waiting. I will go with Justin Herbert. Really close. Both of them, obviously, top tier quarterbacks. I have Herbert 1 spot ahead of Hurts in my rankings. Hurts has been an up and down type of player. So yeah, I will go with Justin Herbert. I think it's a good spot for him this week. So I will ride with Justin Herbert against Washington. Shane, what's up? How's it going? See, Oscar. Great minds think alike. So I'm telling you. Let's see here. Dave on X, Taysom or Jawan? Neither. David, neither. Don't do it. I will go Jawan. I don't expect Taysom to be heavily involved in his first game back. Also, we really don't know like what the role is going to be as far as Taysom Hill goes in this new offense. So I'm going to ride Johnson. We know kind of what his role is. Decently targeted. Should be an interesting game. Riding it. That's where I'm going. Matthew on X, standard scoring, need 1. BTJ, DeMercado, Wandell, or Shaheed. So standard scoring, we'll toss it at DeMercado. Standard scoring, Matthew, you're looking for touchdowns. of this group, I think DeMercado has the biggest chance to score that touchdown. So that's where I'm going. Usage-wise, you're probably going to see the most from Wandell, potentially. But again, we don't know with Jackson Dart. He wasn't heavily targeted last week. So we don't really know exactly how that offense is going to totally look. So, yeah, I'm going to ride that out, David, with the DeMercado, or Matthew with the DeMercado love. So looking at David's question here, which is Waller or Juwan Johnson, still staying with Juwan Johnson, not chasing the hyper efficiency from Darren Waller last week. So I will stay with Juwan Johnson. Good volume there. Fantasy Ursay, May, or Dime, 6-point touchdowns, also Tremble or Theo. I will go with Danny Dimes, and I will go with Tremble over Theo Johnson. There for you, Fantasy Ursay. No. Hey, went Arizona, LA, Seattle, Houston to this point. Do I go Buffalo, Detroit, or Indy this week? I don't know, David. My Survivor leagues all ended last week because, they're evil. The Chargers had to go and fail me. Either way, I would probably go. I would probably take Indy, I guess. Colts ride that hot streak, I guess. It's Vegas, can't be that hard, right? Famous last words. That's what I said about the Chargers last week. Yeah, I guess I'll go Indy there for you, David. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I mean, you'll just be eliminated. Nothing that big riding on it, right, David? Let's see here. Taylor on X, Dowdle, Dobbins, or Sutton in flex. I will go Rico Dowdle there, Taylor. Boop, boop, boop. Matt Rose on X, Debo or Waddle. I will go Waddle. No. Johnny for flex, Dobbins or Keenan Allen. See, I gotta figure this out here. We will go Allen there. Chris K, AJ Brown, or Diggs. I will go AJ Brown there. No. Oh, do we get another fumble? What is going on at the bottom of that pile? Now we have one revive. 5 guys have finally been eliminated, and 5 have been revived. Me and 3 others are perfect. That's kind of fun, nice revive. So when the Chargers fail you, David, you can revive yourself. I like it. It's always fun. David, real quick question. With the revive, do you got to pay? Is it more money? Or is it non-money league? Okay. We know it's all money. Either way, David, you got to pay. I'd be intrigued. Sometimes they'll start up other ones, like when everybody, I think last year, a couple of mine, they did, like when the Bengals got upset. A lot of teams, they restarted a new one, but it'd be kind of cool if the revives built into would be like you could pay to get back in if you want it. I feel like that could be fun. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to start a Survivor League like that, David. Look at that. Coming up with good things. Greg Paller, Dowdle, or Waddle. Ooh, that's a fun one, but an easy one. Jalen Waddle. 100% there, Greg. No Tyreek Hill. We've seen Jalen Waddle eat. Hopefully we can see a little bit of the old rookie Jalen Waddle that we used to see prior to some injuries and some tough times ahead. But yeah, I'm in on Jalen Waddle this week against Carolina. I know it's a little bit tougher matchup, but I think it'll be all right. Intriguing. I like that. It's a little twist. Makes it harder though, definitely. Once you lose and get revived, if you had 3 teams removed, ooh, that could be interesting. I like that, David. That's a nice little twist. Little twist. Oh, Shane. Yeah, no problem, Shane. I was talking about it earlier. Twitter was weird this morning. I sent out a tweet and it sent it like 7 times, and it's been jumpy and all over the joint this morning. So, Shane, though your question wouldn't post in live chat, it's all cool, Shane. I'll answer it right here for you. That's why we have multiple ways to get the questions in here, Shane. Twitter, YouTube, live chat, you name it. I'll answer it for you. Marks or Sutton, I would go Woody Marks. 100% there. I like Cortland Sutton, still a flex type of player. Marks in that same territory, but a little bit more excited about Woody Marks. This game has a wide variance with Houston and Baltimore and which direction it goes. But either way, I think Marks sees enough touches to be fantasy viable, at least in that flex type of territory. I wouldn't expect 2 touchdowns. Let's start off with that. But I do think we could see him potentially score and have a decent day here today. Cortland Sutton, a little bit wider variance in his individual performance for me. So I will avoid that. I think Marks's production and usage is more predictable than what we'll see from Cortland Sutton this week. Une table por una. It's an interesting handle. I like it. McMillan or Darren Waller. I will go Ted McMillan for you there. Like the spot against Carolina. I think against Miami, secondary that has struggled a bit. So I am in on that. Fumbles all over the place. The Browns defense. Some people asked me about them, and I said not to start them. So probably, they're showing out for us. Now what I need is Quinshon Judkins to score. David, I need you to bring it. David, you're the Juju master here, but that is lucky for sure. Saints, Raiders, Panthers. Wow. Yeah, the Chargers did me in. Like, come on, Chargers did me dirty. I never trusted Chargers. I do it once, and they just nuke it. I nuked everything that I had built and loved, and they just said, "Nah, you can't have nice things." That's what they said to me. They said it directly to me, came to my house and said it. That's at least how I felt, David. Just venting. That's all. Either way, Katie on X, Ken Walker or Marks as RB2, Flex, Debo, Ibuka, Marks, and Ken Walker. So I will stick with Walker here. I know Charbonnet steals some work, blah, 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 whatever picture we want to paint, Katie. Still rolling Walker over Marks. And then as far as flex goes, it's Amika Buka. We do not start Amika Buka, Katie. Plain and simple. Just don't do it. Don't galaxy brain it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Plug them in and ride it. That's this fantasy variance. That's the key. What we like to call it on the simpler side is called luck. But that's the variance, and we see that in players a lot. On the technical side, variance is what you're trying to neutralize. You're trying to eliminate as much variance as possible, especially when answering the questions like this, stuff like that. When you're playing the game, that's what you want to do. When you're drafting as well, you're looking for some wider variances is okay, but you don't want a team full of wider variances, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Large differentiation in outcomes. So I'm going to eliminate that. Buka, it's not as big as we think. High scoring touchdowns, probably not all the time. The volume will be there, though, for Amika Buka in this passing attack. So I'm still in on it. Debo Samuel could be there, but Ibuka just feels safer at this point in time. Osama bin Weaver, Danny Dimes, or Stroud. Yeah, I'm going Dimes still. I like CJ Stroud pregame. Preseason, not pregame. Jeez, don't mind me. Preseason, I was in on Stroud as like a good sleeper quarterback. Still think it's early. We can still get there. But the issue is the offensive line. It's a struggle. Could it be a decent day today? Yes. But Daniel Jones is playing lights out right now, completing almost 70% of his pass. Like, it can't not start Daniel Dimes right now. Rushing touchdowns, etc. Still not throwing touchdowns, but scores from rushing. So that's even better for most of us in fantasy. So, yeah, I'm still in on Daniel Jones. So, Cade, Laporta, or Kincaid. So, Cade, I'm going to give you Kincaid. Meet Dalton Kincaid. Cade. Fun play on words, right? Early in the morning, okay? Woken up by a 3-year-old at like 5 this morning, so I'm a little tired, okay? But yeah, Dalton Kincaid. I like the spot for him. I think the Bills, sorry for punching the microphone. Bills are going to have to use Kincaid. We've been starting to use him a little bit more. Gonzalez up on Coleman, likely today. So don't like that spot for sure. Yeah, so they're going to probably go with a lot of James Cook, a lot of Dalton Kincaid. So I will be in on Dalton Kincaid this week, 100%. David, problem with Justin going against him, so I'm going to sit this one out. David, I need the help, okay? You have other players, okay? I'm in a Yahoo league that has Quinton Judkins, and I have Quinton Judkins, and it's 10-point rushing touchdowns. I need the rushing touchdowns, David, okay? I need the points. I'm in a major hole in that league and need the points. Just asking to help a guy out. I will say this. Side note to the Browns and Vikings game while we have a little lull in the action of questions. Dylan Gabriel playing much better than I thought. Yeah, very excited for that. Minnesota's been a pretty good defense, especially the rookie coming in. Very good scheme here for the Browns and what they wanted to do. And they're doing it, and Gabriel's executing it pretty well. I wouldn't say, he's headed to the Hall of Fame, but very pleasantly surprised by Dylan Gabriel. Also, David, Jordan Mason is back in. Forgot to tell you that part a bit ago. Not doing much, but he's in. Dun. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. This game seems late. Is it me? It seems later than the other ones. Like the other game is almost done by now. A restaurant guy, Dom. What's up? Hello, Dom. How are you? Dart or Knicks and Hurts or Goff. I will take Dart here for sure. Well, I shouldn't say for sure. Taking Dart over Knicks, not for sure. That's where I lean with my rankings. But yes, Dart over Knicks, and then I will take Hurts over Goff. For sure there. I know that it's been a roller coaster of a ride for Hurts, but still not starting Jared Goff. And there's potential Goff finishes ahead of him, Dom. I understand that, and that's why we're in this predicament that we're in. We're asking these questions, but I do believe in Hurts a little bit. I think maybe he gets in the end zone today. Denver's defense, stout. If they're going to score, potentially touch push or two, I think Hurts has a good enough day. That Goff, the issue I have is they may just run the football against Cincinnati. So good chance Goff scores maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. I think Hurts can do something similarly, but maybe with the rushing touchdowns, probably gets you an extra couple points than Goff physically throwing them. Poppy, I don't know if it got through. Talking Shane had to go through and toss it in a different spot as well earlier. Some questions aren't really coming through. Twitter, stuff like that's been acting a little weird this morning. So Don't know if we missed it or if it didn't get through, like you're saying. But yeah, I'm taking Waddle over Woody because I'm going to answer for you now, Poppy. But I'm taking Waddle over Woody Marks right now. Like the spot for him against Carolina. A little bit of tougher matchup. I know Jace Horn, etc. But rolling Jalen Waddle over Woody Marks. It's exciting. I'm still holding out hope for Woody. Don't panic yet, but just not plugging them in this week. I think the matchup's solid, but Waddle's just a little bit better than Woody Marks. Tom, no problem. Anytime. Yeah, it was a nice play by Jefferson there, David. Nice little play. It's almost like he's good at football. Did we forget? Many people did. Anyways, Ben, Cleveland, Myers, or Ryland. Oh, depending on yardage, Ben. I'll go Ryland. Why not? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. That's not a weird question, Ben. No question's weird. I swear. I should actually rephrase that. Dumb is that's the question. People always say, I have a dumb question. No question's dumb. Even weird. Not too weird. There's probably some weird questions out there, but not for start sits, Ben. Any question's a question, and I'm happy to answer it. Lindsay on X, McMillan, Olave, or ETN. Travis Etienne. We want to talk about whiffs. Whiff. Tank Bigsby bites me again. Luckily, I don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't have to be tempted to tout my man Tank Bigsby because he's just he's just out of the equation. Now he's just a handcuff to Saquon Barkley, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? All right, so we go with ETN. Lindsay is also asking Chase Brown, ETN, and Slayton, and the other flex. I will continue to ride out Travis ETN, who is making me look like a fool. A fool. Still doing it. Either way, we'll ride it. The key is not to not be wrong, but is to adjust when you're wrong. And that is what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm in on Travis Etienne at this point. Was never a huge Bichelle Tutton guy. I think Tutton's still solid. But it's clear it's Travis Etienne right now for the Jaguars. So we're gonna ride that. We're gonna start him. Why not? You know. Michael, good morning. Need to start 2. Allen, McConkey, Robinson, and or Dobbins. Michael, real quick question. Robinson is a broad last name. I'm guessing it's Wandell. If you could give me some clarification to that one. By who's listed here, I'm guessing Wandell, but just so that I'm not assuming, if I could get the hard response in whether it's Wandell or maybe it's Brian Robinson. Oh, he already played. So did Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, so we'll go with Wandell. Okay. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. So Keenan Allen would be in for me. I'm riding that volume and fun of the explosiveness over McConkey, not starting both of them because that's a dangerous game, Michael. So I'll probably go Allen and Wandell would be my play. Dobbins, it's been fun. It's been exciting. Philadelphia, no go. Ain't starting him. He may score. He may have a good day. But I'm fine with being wrong there because I doubt the good day is going to be 40 points. And maybe it is. But I go with Allen and Wandell Robinson. I know it wasn't a huge day last week from Robinson, and I still am a little skeptical about what it looks like for him with Jackson Dart at quarterback. But I'm just not starting 2 Chargers. So I will go Allen and Wandell Robinson. Honestly, if you lean more to McConkey, Michael, like Allen and McConkey are like the same player, honestly. So if you prefer McConkey to Allen, I would go there and then start Robinson as the other. So you pick as your own, Allen or McConkey, and then put in Robinson as the other. Just don't start 2 Chargers, Michael. It's bad formula. Jennifer, how's it going? Mason Taylor or Juwan Johnson? So Johnson is probably the lean a bit. Taylor excites me. I like the spot for him against Dallas. I'm starting him in a few spots, mainly because my tight end position is decimated, probably much like everybody's, because tight end is a black hole of pain and misery. But yeah, I probably lean Johnson just by a thin margin, like not that big. So if you prefer Taylor, fine with you rolling it, but I lean to Juwan Johnson. JP on X, May or Dak Prescott. I will go Drake May. My boy, Drake May. Can't have a too good day, though, because he can't beat the Bills. All right, let's be honest. Just can't happen. And then full PPR pick to Henderson, Tucker, or Coleman. Ooh, that is rough. Henderson is fine, and I will probably go Tucker over Coleman. Don't like the spot for Coleman. Christian Gonzalez is good at one thing, and that's stopping receivers from catching footballs. So, yeah. My guess is that's where it will go. That's kind of what Gonzalez's MO is, the bigger, lengthier receivers. That's where he's at corner. He is a bigger, lengthier corner. So, typically that's the matchup that he succeeds in. So, yeah, not right now. Welcome, Michael, and you're welcome, Jennifer. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. I shouldn't say anytime. Times of before game start. I am here answering the questions every week. Come join us. It's fun. It's a good time, you know. We watch the football together because apparently they just like fucking every international game everywhere, known to man. And we sit here and we say, except for David, because he's not on my side today, Quinshon Judkins needs to score a touchdown. So we're manifesting that. That's what we do here. Manifestation. Supermax, Marks, or Rico. I will go Rico Dowdle there for you, Supermax on X. Ben, Kyler, or Dak Prescott? 6 points, passing, touchdowns, and rushing. Ooh, see, neutralization, Ben. I like that. Neutralizes a little bit. It doesn't help you if you have a quarterback who throws and rushes touchdowns. It's like double dipping a bit, but neutralizes a little bit of that. It's a fun formula. I'm just saying. Anyways, either way. Kyler for you, man. Like the spot. Against Tennessee, Dak's intriguing. It might be a little bit more of a shootout type of game. But I lean to Kyler by the slightest margin there, Ben. Fins for the win. Start sit question. Start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. The list consists of Kamara, White, Dowdle, DeMercado, Harvey, Johnston, Ladd, Chase, Olave, T. Mac. Okay, so running backs will be Capitals, White, and Dowdle. Or no. Whoa. Forgot Kamara there. White and Kamara. Wide receivers would be Johnston and Chase. These questions are always hard to figure out. And then I will go Olave as the flex. Yeah. Feels like the right way. David, I feel like I do need it, though, because they're not scoring and they're punting all the time. Okay, David? He's having a good day, though. That was a nice punt. Nice punt. Na. Well, let's see here. All right. Well, it seems like we're getting some dried up questions here. That flew by, to be honest. Feels like just 1 minute ago it was 11 a.m. and now we are here at 12:15. I'll hang out for a couple more minutes before we get out of here. The housekeeping needs to come in. Obviously, Start Sit Show brought to you by FTN Fantasy. Make sure you check us out. Head on over to ftnfantasy.com. check it out. Check out all the fun stuff, Stats Hub, etc. We're hearing a lot in the media, DVOA, all over there as well. A lot of fun. Can be applied to fantasy as well. I pull it up every now and then on the Dynasty podcast, bringing it into some player evaluations. It's a really good formula from Aaron Schatz and crew that it really helps kind of neutralize that. They've played bad teams and good teams. It's a little bit of a neutralization. It's a very good formula, and I think that it's very useful in fantasy in a way. Looking at player evaluation, etc., like that, a little more for dynasty than it is necessarily for redraft. Redraft, you're just looking for points to be scored, and it's a lot of fun. But either way, DVOA, Stats Hub, every stat you could possibly think of, every filter you could possibly think of. You wanted rainy days, you wanted sunny days, you wanted arenas, you wanted in. I don't know if we have Europe, but I wish we did, because who knows? When you're a stats genie, it's a lot of fun to look at that stuff. But really helps with a lot of stuff. Tons of tools, tons of rankings from myself, Jeff Radcliffe, Tyler Orginski, you name it, you can get it all and everything and anything you could possibly need. So head on over there. Yearly subscriptions, a lot of fun. I think you could break it down into monthly payments. I'm not exactly 100% sure. But we have everything and anything. Sports, different sports, golf, basketball, college football, you name it. We got it. Check it out. FTNFantasy.com. And Ben, Worthy or Pittman? Worthy, 100%. I think Jeff has him as a top 12 guy. I'm top 15 on him. I like the spot for Xavier Worthy today. I can trust David. I can. I can be patient. And either way, I mean, I don't need him to score a touchdown. It would be appreciated. But it's only fantasy. It's all a game, It's not like it's my work league and I'm going to hear the end of it. But, And when I say work league, I don't mean fantasy work. Normal work, those real jobs. That are less fun than talking football. And that's why I'm here with you guys. Because who doesn't love to talk football, right? Nice to see Jordan Addison's been taken off the bench. That's fun. That's fun. Dun, dun, dun. Alrighty. Well, it seems to have dried up, and instead of you guys having to just stare at my ugly face all day, let's call it. And I'll be back next week. Same time, same place, 11 a.m. FTN Fantasies X, as well as YouTube. Early in the morning, I'll have the start sit thread as well at Popes FFH. If you want to get those questions in a little earlier, if you don't have time to hang out with us between 11 and 12:30-ish. But either way, if you did turn out, thank you again. Good luck to everybody today. Hopefully all of the advice works out enough to get you the win. That's what I'm saying, enough. Doesn't always have to be a top production, but Trey sliding it in there. All right, real quick. Then we got to get out of here, Trey. One wide receiver between Troy Franklin and Darius Slayton for upside is Darius Slayton, Trey. 100%. I think there's a potential he sees, 10 plus targets in there. Could have a big day. We've seen him have the big days without Malik Neighbors just last season. I believe in Sean Tucker. Oh my God. And Jackson Dart. You see, that's what I'm saying, Trey. My mind's all over the place right now. And yes, you did make it. But yeah, Darius Slayton, I think, has the biggest upside. Franklin, it has some to him and built into it. But yeah, I think Slayton, good matchup. Should be an exciting game there for him. Deep threat, explosive type of player. I'm all in on it for Darius Slayton. I think that's the play for you, Trey. And that's her, folks. That's it. That's all the cookie's going to crumble today. Again, thank you all for coming in. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. And I will catch you all at 11 a.m. next Sunday for some more football, some more start sits. There's probably a London game. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, we'll be watching football potentially and talking some start sit stuff. So see you guys next week.